Good evening, everyone. My name is Denzel Davis. I am the Eastern Region Secretary, as well as a member of the Alpha Omega Alumni Chapter of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. And I'm just here to share with you my COVID-19 chronicles. Um, when the COVID-19 first started, just like everybody else, I was working a full-time job. Um, Around the middle of March, we decided to close our facilities to make sure we're not part of the problem of spreading COVID-19, but being the solution and make sure that we're not spreading it. From there, I was working in the office for about a week. Then the following week after that, I was working remotely, and now I'm drawing unemployment. Um, what do I understand in regards to COVID-19? I believe this is a serious matter. It's a pandemic here in the world, and it's not just affecting me; it's affecting everybody's lives. So we need to do our part as far as washing our hands, social distancing, um, making sure that we are protecting ourselves and making sure we're not spreading it to others. Um, I have been self quarantined. I'm currently in Virginia, so I'm social distancing at my parents' house. Um, what have I learned through this entire or pandemic? Is just making sure I'm spending time with myself. I was able to do things I wasn't able to do before when I was working a full time job. And also here now, just able to help my parents out a little bit more around the house. Um, Understanding that social distancing is not a bad thing. It's pretty good. Um, Make sure that you're just working out. It does just knock you out of a routine that you're used to doing, but just now you're creating a new routine while you're at home. Um, but make sure to also understand that everyone this is not just a physical battle. This is a mental battle, not just as yourself, but with the family and friends that you are close with that's in your lives. So I just recommend that during this time frame, make sure you just keep in contact with your friends and your family. Um, Again, social distancing is not just keeping steps away from each other, but it does not mean you distance yourself from your family. Just make sure you're always checking up on them and always just tell them you love them. That's one thing I don't think a lot of us are saying to each other now. And just letting each other know that we do love them. Still talking with them every day. That's just very important. What have I learned from this time frame of just the quarantine, being quarantined? I just picked up new skills. Recently, I just started getting into photography. I'm not able to do a lot of photography outside. I can go outside for a little bit, but I don't do what I would love to do. But it's just learning a skill set. Um, that's just one thing as well. But just getting in a workout, it's a little bit better now that you're able to do workout more self when you're quarantined than trying to do it when you're working a 40-hour job. It's just finding time. Now you're just having more free time. You're not knowing what to do with yourself a little bit. Um, so yeah, that's just what I've learned. I have not personally have any family that have been tested positive for COVID-19. I do know frat brothers that have, and I'm always praying for them. Make sure they get back to health. It's just a serious deal. So I just try to keep in contact with them as well. Um, Life after the COVID-19, I think, is going to be very, very different. But I think that it's just more is going to make sure that everybody understands that, things can change instantly. But we just got to make sure that we're doing our part to stop the spread of a virus. It's just like anything else. You just got to just follow the proper protocols. Just if you're sick, stay home. Um, but make sure you're washing your hands. Social distancing at this point is just that's following the CDC recommendations and social distancing, but just still, how would I say, is just still being able to find new routines or new things to get into. If you read a book, work out, like I said, work out from your house as well as just keeping in contact with your family and your friends. So that's generally what I've learned. Like I said, and just my message for everybody is just keep your head up. Um, Continue to pray for everybody. Make sure you're practicing social distancing. Make sure you're following the CDC recommendations as far as washing your hands, not touching your face, wearing a mask as well when you're out here. And everybody just, if you see essential workers, I think everybody should just stop and thank them, because they are also are in the front lines of things. The nurses, the police officers, emergency crews, the grocery stores, truck drivers, they're all out here on the front line. So we do just for a moment, to not be selfish with anything else, just stop and say thank you. Let them know that they are appreciated. So our brothers, and again, just make sure you guys keep your head up, stay in contact with each other. Have a good night.